All right, hello everyone. We are setting up our bag for hole number 4 of the Masters tournament here for the Earth Day. And what I usually used to do on this hole was a sniper into the green. All things considered, I would say, bring your accurate clubs to this hole. And we are going to set up to do this with a Kingmaker. Looks pretty good to me. Looks like we should be good to go here. This is my least favorite of the holes of this course. Well, that might not be true. The new bunker par 3 with the hill might be my least favorite. This is a close second. So you can see quite a bit of downwind here. That's something that's different from last turn. Well, no. I think last tournament it was pointing to the left, and it was maybe 10 o'clock. Very nice wind to kind of bend the corner here. That wind is going to be a little bit challenging to do it. It can still be done, no question. But trying to hook it around this corner is going to be quite a bit of challenge. If you were going to try it, I would say take off some of your topspin. I'd say you try maybe 3 to 4 bars and go at it with a full hook. I don't see a lot of value in it with the way that it's pointed. It's how it's away from the hook. It's really going to resist it. I do think you might be able to hop here, but it's going to be a low accurate shot. So I would not suggest doing it if it was me. So let me just try to size this up. Being that it's going to be downwind, I'm going to try to anticipate landing it around here and letting it kind of run out. So right around there maybe. A little bit of curl just to kind of counter the wind more than anything. You can see I'm not going into power here. Let's see what this looks like. Curl. Not too bad. It's a little bit. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. As you can see, you can curl it a little bit more than I did. But you do want to, avoid over curling it, or, give yourself a little bit of margin for error. If you do accidentally go a little bit too left, you can hit that rough on the left side. So that's what you see me just kind of playing away from that. As long as you put on, as you can see, this guy's right towards max club. It's one of the biggest reasons that you might want to, just stick with a Kingmaker. Plus, if you're in Masters, you're playing for Kingmakers. You're not playing for katanas. So there's no real risk in, playing the balls that you're competing to win. You're going to get them back. So that's one of the biggest reasons that, I'll just go ahead and just go for it, so I don't have to spend more money in order to recoup some katanas or whatever, Titans. You might as well just go ahead and here you see I'm just slightly into power. So, where I left my shot, plenty good enough. What you're going to see me do here is probably just kind of set up to the left a little bit. And then I'm going to go about 10 rings from this spot. You can see I'm 3 into power, which means the wind is going to overplay just slightly than what max distance would do. But I also need to, so what you originally saw me set up just a little bit left. So what I also need to always never forget is that the ball is going to jerk a little bit to the right on a side wind because of that overcorrect, side wind and the way that the ball guide is going to correct. You see it did shoot out to the right still, or to the left side. So something I did was just a little bit of an over adjustment. It might have been, I might have set up just a little bit too aggressively to the left hand side before playing the wind. But it also, could have a lot to do with this fairway as well. This fairway can be quite jacked, in my opinion. You're never going to get, a really solid bounce, consistent bounce playing that shot that I just did. In fact, some people you'll see they will play the other fairway and hop where I just tried to land. The only reason that I don't do that shot is because I don't want to bring in the risk of accidentally hitting the rough. So if you do accidentally, miscalculate something, I just don't want to deal with the consequences. So that's the only reason you won't see me do that shot. But there's nothing wrong if you do so choose to do that shot. So just keep that in mind. You can see what I'm kind of doing here. This is pretty much my safety zone as I try to play this fairway and just kind of bump it down through here. Still bringing it in just a tiny bit hot, but overall it's not too bad of an attempt. It keeps enough spin on it to at least give it a chance to go in. Keep in mind that was a little bit downwind, so you might need to backspin it just a tiny bit more. But that is, in my opinion, for the Masters tees, going to be your best safety zone spot. I do like playing it where this guy is, just not from the third tee deck. As you can see, he's already into power. That's one of the biggest reasons that I don't like to go for that shot. It makes it hard to judge how much extra downwind. It would take some practice to try to pull that shot off, in my opinion. You could do it. It just might, you might do it wrong once or twice, or 3 times, or 8 times. Just trying to figure it out. The shot off of the front of the fairway there is a little bit less, thinking. And like I said, I try to stay out of power as much as possible. Some strategy that I have, is just trying to gauge how much extra that wind is going to play. Can be very challenging, especially if we're talking between, say, Berserker or, Titan. All these extra power balls, you get into the full distance. For instance, you might have to play, instead of 13 miles per hour, you might need to play 15 rings. With a Berserker ball, I might need to play 18 rings. Like, it just really gets complicated trying to actually, and it's all kind of a guess. So that's one of the reasons that, I'll try to set up as much as I can for a shot out of power, or at least at the very, very low side of max, where it'll only say like +1, +2, +3 yards, somewhere in there. So keep that tip in mind, and good luck with that 4th hole. Hopefully you guys can get something going towards the hole there, and be on the lookout for hole number 5 coming up momentarily. See you guys on the next one.